Everybody, Daniel Allison, the average dude. It's bus ride 424 weekdays in a row. Good morning, Freddie Blanton.
Hey, you had me muted.
One more time. I need that. I need what you just said. It's all my fault. I had you muted. Please, Freddie.
Good morning, Danny, the average dude, Allison. Thank God it's Monday.
Yes. I hate that I killed his flow. I killed his flow, and we love to get that call of the wild on a Monday on a Monday morning. Great to see Mr. Antarctic Mike all the way from San Diego. He's up early this morning, Fred. What you think about that? Getting the week started early in San Diego.
So some people get up early, and then there's Mike.
That's next level. That's next level. And we love that. We love the energy to start the week, and that's what First Sip is all about. So we do this every single weekday morning. Get our mind right, get energized for the day, see some great people. I like to talk to Freddie Blanton. He typically has stories. He sells some things sometimes. It's really motivating. I enjoy it.
Wow. Look at you this morning. What'd you do? Sit around all weekend and self reflect about how mean you are to me most of the time? You trying to make up for it?
I did. I did. I said, how can I say some nice things to Freddie? Because I'm giving him a hard time. I'm always giving him a hard time, and I want him to grow. But maybe I'm being too hard on him. You
Well,
know.
here's something that I would like to mention. Since you live above the coffee shop,
Yes, sir. Yes,
the
sir.
the coffee shop that has not made cinnamon rolls in 6 weeks, maybe, and they always say, "Well, we got a new baker. We got a new baker." Well, you need to fire the baker if the baker can't make a cinnamon roll because I'm fed up to here. Could you relay that message to
I will
somebody
be
down there
happy.
today?
I'm going to go down there and see if I can get this straightened out for you. I know that you love those cinnamon rolls. I know that you probably wanted one after your cue on Saturday.
Yes, yeah. We were exhausted. You know, the one you missed.
The one I missed. I
Yeah.
did miss the cue. I did miss the cue. And I want to ask you about that cue because I heard some people talking about it. They were kind of running their mouth. I want to get your response to that, Freddie. I want to get your response to some of these folks that were running their mouth about your cue.
Yeah.
But go
What'd
ahead.
they say?
But first, we got to say hello to these folks. DJ says, "Good morning, everybody. Let's get it. Let's get it." There's Joe. Joe says, "Buongiorno. We love to have our bus riders on the bus. Joe is here. Vicky Watts is here. If Joe and Vicky are here, and DJ and Mike, you know you're gonna have a party. And then
Yeah.
you
How
get
could you not?
DJ. You got DJ on here.
DT. Woo.
He's supposed to be coming to the southeast later this week or later this month, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I know things change, David. Uh, fire the baker.
Thank you.
The baker is slacking. The baker needs to watch First Sip.
Yeah.
Uh, hey, those cinnamon rolls are really, really good. Look, Megan Brown is on the bus. I'm sure she's got her coffee. We've got a great group with us ready to start the week. Freddie, they were talking trash about your cue on Saturday.
Yeah. First of all, who is they?
I can't mention any names. We've got to
Yeah.
protect the innocent here, but they said that Freddie's cue, and now the cue again, we're in F3 Fitness Faith Fellowship on Saturday. It's an hour long. Everybody's tired from the week. We all want coffee. The question that I have for Freddie Blanton: why did you push him so hard?
That's what we needed.
Now explain to the group. Now, I had told you, and I did try to go. I was not able to make it on Saturday. I wanted to go, but wasn't feeling well. Got out there, had to turn around, but then I learned that you decided to do a really hard workout. Why did you decide to do it?
If
What
I'm going to get up and go work out, especially if I'm the leader, I'm going to make it hard.
you,
I want to earn that coffee and that no longer available cinnamon roll.
now, did you have anybody in the group? I know y'all went down here to the parking deck at the courthouse.
Yep.
And y'all were running the stairs. At any point, did you think maybe I shouldn't call to run these stairs one more time? Maybe we should cut it short. You had some complainers. Did that ever go through your mind, or you just said, I want to keep pushing?
No, and the complainers were silent because they didn't have the breath to complain out loud. Now they may have been thinking it internally, but not out loud.
Oh yeah. You'd like to get that. You like to push everybody beyond their limit. How do you know how hard to push, when to let up, when's too much pushing? I mean, if we're thinking about business, a leader is out there and he's wondering, how hard do I push my team?
Yeah. Well, if you pay attention, you can tell if you're pushing too hard. If you have multiple people that aren't responding the way you think they should, you may be pushing too hard. But I try to not push constantly, right? Let's give a break here. Let's give a break here. Short run. On the way back, we got some time to catch our breath and recoup. But when we got back to where we meet, I turned it on one more time.
Psychologically.
Just to finish strong.
Just because they were landing the plane.
Yeah.
But you know what's interesting? Even the guys that were talking about you in their mind, and of course we're joking around here, you may not want to do it, but if everyone else is doing it and the leader of the group is pushing you to do it, you're going to do it and you're going to feel good that you did it. And so I think that's kind of that positive reinforcement, being around great people, doing great things. Y'all played golf on Friday. Tell me about the golf outing. How was getting out with the F3 guys on Friday? Me and Vicky were doing the Energy Hub. Y'all were out there playing golf.
Yeah. I was playing Army golf for sure. Left, right, left. Lost a couple balls.
Oh yeah, but it
was fun. We have such a huge group of individuals from every walk in business, every walk in life, and to get everybody together, compete, have fun, fellowship, network. It was a great Friday.
Absolutely. Look at what Mike says. Be careful regarding how hard and how often you push. And that's a great thing. You got to keep an eye on yourself. You got to keep an eye on your team. And really, if you're doing that, if you're super aware, you're going to know.
Yeah. And there's a difference in just pushing others and not doing it, but pushing everyone else while you do the same thing.
Absolutely. Don't call it if you can't do it, right? That's kind of the F3 saying.
And especially in the business world.
There you go. Yeah. Don't give a command that you're not willing to do yourself, or not. That's a big deal, and everybody picks up on that. But groups like F3, groups like Toastmaster, maybe it's a networking group, maybe it's a sales group, anything like that we want to be a part of. We want to do that because we need to make a change. And that's what I was thinking a lot about this weekend. And change, we think about it in different ways, but I was thinking we might change a relationship. We might need to change our relationship. We might need to change where we live, where we work. We might need to change the idea, our habit, our belief. There's a lot of different things that we may need to change. Freddie, what are you laughing at?
Because instead of putting those up individually, because you knew I would talk about you having numbers and bullet points, you put them all in one line.
Hey, trying to breadcrumb this conversation. I wanted to talk about change. I wanted to, so yeah, it is. But I wanted to talk about change, and I
Pop it
like
back
putting,
up there so we can see
yeah,
you.
yeah. We've got to change the people. Maybe we may need to change the person that we've been hanging around, and
That's
maybe
a big one.
yeah, and maybe we've hung around this person for a long time, and they're a great friend, and their feelings are going to be hurt. But we know we need to change who we're hanging out with. They're not doing us any good.
And you can't be responsible for how someone else feels.
You
That's
can't.
just the way it is.
Well, you're teaching me that through these 423 days of first sip. Yet sometimes we've got to change the place. Maybe it's the place we work. Maybe it's the place that we live. Maybe we don't want to change our career. Maybe AI is coming. It's going to take our job. We're going to have to try something new. We change a habit. We change the way that we believe about something. There's a lot of information out there, and in order to change, we have to be open to new information.
And how would one go about being open to new information? Where would they find it?
I was thinking about this. I was thinking they're going to find it through action. They're going to find it through action. Will Grambling was talking about something similar to this. You know, when we fail, we can look at that as new information to apply to our lives,
Yeah.
or we can just view it as a failure. But when we've got this idea, this kind of the infinite game, I've heard people call it that before, right? That, hey, we're trying to live the best life that we can. We need new information. We need new perspectives. We need to see the bottle or need see the label from inside the bottle. It's hard to be self-aware, but if we do things that help us to see the reality of ourselves, of our situation, then we're going to see the need to change.
Yeah. And, something that you're referring to, that little letter or something that he posted, it
Yeah.
it said that failure is not a verdict.
Oh, it's not final. How do we know? I say this all the time. A lot of psychological pain is like stomping your toe. It hurts really bad in the moment. And if the doctor was to ask you, hey, you've stumped your toe, how bad does it hurt? Man, it's a 10. It's terrible. But then an hour later, 30 minutes later, you don't even remember you hurt your toe. And that's how it is oftentimes with things. We take action, we feel rejected, we feel less than, but all those feelings, that's growth. So if our goal is to get bigger, man, you're gonna have to feel smaller to get bigger down the road.
And you can't get big if little's got you.
If little's got you, you got to shake loose. The death of the identity is the hardest part of change. It's the new you that requires the death of the old you.
Transformation.
Transformation. It's not an easy thing, because the new you is very likely going to have new friends. He's going to have new habits. He's going to be thinking in different ways.
New shoes.
He might have new shoes. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. But then we got this one too. I like this. It says your brain is a survival machine, not a happiness machine. It views the known, even if known is miserable, as safe. It views the unknown, even if the unknown is healthy, as a threat. We get comfortable. We get comfortable, and we have things like this. The sunk cost fallacy. Have you ever heard that?
No.
The sunk cost fallacy. So
It's hard to say.
all the time, all the time. I think that's right. That was the last second addition to my words. But all the time that we put into these things, all the time that we put into relationships, all the time that we put on that job. I don't want to change now. This is who I am. I've been this way my whole life. I'll be 50 years old this year. Why change now? I wasn't going to say that. I was going to keep it a secret. I know it's hard to believe. I felt like I was 35 for about 15 years, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden, I was like, damn,
You
no,
went from 35 to 50.
you're 50. It's the sunk cost. But you know what? Change is coming whether we want it to or not, Fred. That's what I was thinking about this morning when I was running. Things change. And if we don't change, then it's going to change us, whatever happens. So we have to get stronger. We have to let go of that egoic pride and say, hey, you know what? Maybe I don't have this right. Maybe I have put time into the wrong thing, into the wrong way, into the wrong person.
Maybe.
And we got to make a change. Fred, final thought on this Monday. We'll be right back here on Tuesday, 7:55.
Here's how I started. 5 a.m. workout at D1, and it was brutal. Cold shower. Brutal. I left the house and my bed was made.
Oh, talk to me.
So what do I need to do today to keep up that momentum?
Make a call to someone that you need to call. I don't know where this person is, but I say this every time. There's someone that everyone on this bus needs to call for whatever reason. Take care of that thing that's eating away at you. There's something that needs to be taken care of. Make that call, knock it out, give yourself space to have a great week.
All right,
And
I
we'll
wrote a
see you.
name down.
Let's go. See y'all tomorrow.